exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fisheye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. For northern anglers, the arrival of spring is an eagerly anticipated period. And for those who target panfish, springtime is crappie time. Hard-hitting crappie time. At last, the agonizingly slow duration of warmth has bridged the gap between solid and liquid, and an accessible bite returns, and in a big way. Simply present a nimble jig, suspended by a slip bobber, and let the action commence.
Springtime crappie. Nothing like it.
Spring is a wondrous season. For most living creatures, spring means more warmth and more daylight, two elements which have a major effect on animal behavior. Animals, including fish species, become active in spring, arising from their winter haunts, migrating, feeding, nesting, and mating. As water temperatures approach the mid to upper 50s, crappie can be observed shallow in groups, staging adjacent to potential spawning areas. These schools will suspend near the water's surface, readily absorbing the warmth of the sun's penetrating rays. Today, Kim is in search of these tasty panfish and expects some enthusiastic action while presenting a slip bobber technique.
The old joker. Find a spot, put my poles down. When I find them here, they ought to be grouped up in a key little area. The school moves up in kind of stages before they come up and make their beds. There he is. Ooh, there he is. Come on up here, Mr. Crappie. Ooh, yeah. That ain't a bad one at all. I might even get a net on that. Nice. There we go. There we go, Mr. Crappie. Oh, look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nice black crappie. Look at the colors and stuff on that. Beautiful fish. Pre-spawn, they stack up. You can see purples in there. But seeing, we're doing a hook and look show this week. We're not doing the hook and cook show. I'm gonna let them go, but they sure are fun to catch. Very nice. That's the size we like. Look at that. All right, nice crappie. Let's see if we pinpointed them. I think we probably did. That wasn't a bad crappie. They like that joker. I'm just twitching it just a little bit and make that bobber wobble, and there he goes down, just like that. Just like that. Once you find them, I'm not gonna get a net on that one. It's a little one. As Wally would say, a tater chip. Fun to catch. Fun to catch. Do it again. Let's do it again. Starting to get fun. Couple of twitches and cork will go down. Twitch, 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 twitch. There it goes. There must be a fair share of small ones in this school. Look at that. And don't be surprised when we catch a bass doing this too, because the bass I've seen will actually move with these schools. You'll see a bass or two. Take it, take it. There you go. Ooh, that's a better one, I think. That's a little nicer one. No, not really. Oh. Oh. Not little bitty for here. Hooked him right at the top of the lip. Fun stuff.
Stick around. The fun continues. Right after this. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Seagar, trust Seagar when everything is on the line. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. The original Owaki tool, your soft bait's best mate. And by Indian River, Michigan Tourist Bureau. Pure water, pure trails, pure north.
That school isn't doing much moving at all. They're just kind of parked there sunning themselves, waiting for it to warm up just a little more to start making their beds. Oh, there he is. Ooh, that's a better one. That is a better one, I think. Yes. Yes. Might get this one. Yes. Ooh, that's a nicer one. Oh. Yeah, pretty crappie. Very nice. And he gobbled it too. Gobbled the joker. Those are nice. You know, that's the thing about crappie fishing. It's easy. It's great family fun. You can take the kids out, fish all around the boat, just fishing with a cork and a jig. And we'll talk about that rig here in a second. Very nice. The slip bobber rig that I'm using today is an easy yet effective presentation for these crappie. And it all begins by first applying a rubber bobber stop. The bobber stop, which simply slips up on your line, applies just enough compression to hold it in place. Next, you need to add a bead. The combination will stop the bobber from running up your line and can be easily repositioned to adjust the depth of your jig. My slip bobber is a wobble type, which easily wobbles when you twitch the line, helping impart fish-attracting action to the lure. And speaking of lures, Strike King offers a complete line of Mr. Crappie jigs, each in a variety of colors. But one of my standards for crappie is a refrigerator white Mr. Crappie Joker, teamed with a 1/16 ounce Mr. Crappie jig head. That was a good one. Let's see if this one is. Oh, we're on them now. Love watching my cork go down. Come on up here, that's a nice fish too. Yes, right in the roof of the mouth. You know it. You know it. Crappie City. The school isn't just sitting still, it's moving in this area and you just gotta be around it. You catch a couple, they spook a little bit, I think. So if they turn off there, cast a little bit that way, cast a little bit the other way, and see if I can find where they've moved off to. And eventually they'll come back to their sweet spot. That sweet spot's usually got a weed bed just off the edge from where they spawn on a hard bottom. When crappie fishing, you really don't need any fancy gear. A medium action spinning rod spooled up with monofilament will work just fine. But at times, crappie can be finicky. That's why I choose to use fluorocarbon line as a leader to help increase my odds. When you look at Seaguar Tatsu fluorocarbon underwater, it's practically impossible to detect, which over time will translate into more strikes. Fluorocarbon line may cost a little more, but I feel the benefits are well worth the investment. Get back on them while I can, while they're there. It don't take long for them to get on it when you throw it where they're at. Love watching my cork go down. This is fun, I don't care who you are. Come on up here. Yeah. Ain't no bad fish either. Oh, sprayed the lens. Fine, how do you do?
Want more underwater content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Kim Stricker, the host of Hook and Look. I want to talk to you about PowerPole's 3 speed settings. PowerPole anchors are completely customizable for the way you fish. Using the advanced dash switch, you can control the speed of your anchor's deployment. I like to use the maximum speed mode when I'm covering water quickly looking for bedding fish, and if at the last second I see one, I can drop my anchors quickly so I don't run over the bed. Now I like to use the medium speed, especially in heavy wind and current, so I don't stop the boat so quickly that I actually lose my balance. Now once I've located a fish on the bed, I'll then return and switch it to the slower, quieter stealth speed so I don't spook that fish upon my approach. That's the beauty of PowerPole's ability to change the speed settings to match the current conditions you're dealing with. You can also customize those settings using the Sea Monster app.
Welcome back to Hook and Look. If you just joined us, Kim is fishing a northern natural lake and has located a school of pre-spawn crappies. Utilizing a 16th-ounce jig head and a Strike King Mr. Crappie Joker, he has repeatedly watched his cork go down.
Crappie in the springtime. You look at this one here, they're still pre-spawn. They haven't taken on their spawning colors yet. They get a real dark hue to them, I mean black, the males do. But they're still pre-spawn, and that is a nice crappie. I don't care where you live. Right. Although that fish was likely a female, in the days to come, as the water temperature continues to rise, the male crappie will begin to take on their dark spawning colors. This observable detail is due to hormonal changes. Their face and heads will turn almost completely black and is a telltale sign that the crappie are about to fan their nests and the annual spawn is about to occur. You're awful noisy over there. That's 2 males, I think, competing for the favors of that female. It's springtime, all right. Quiet on the set. Oh, there it goes. When you find them, it's just pinpoint them. They're grouped in a school. Look at that. Ooh, there's one. Ooh, gosh, look at that. Did you see that? The ones that take it down like that, those aren't crappie. Those are bluegills. The crappie take it and slowly go down. Bluegills will mix in there with them too. but most of those are small. Come on, crappie. Ooh, there's right there. He was out there a little further. Ooh, yeah, that's not bad. That's not a bad one, I don't think. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad. There it is, the joker with those little legs. They really entice them. All right. No doubt that when you catch one, you want to throw back in the same area because they're all grouped up right now. Pre-spawn like that. They just school up tight, they get near the surface and sun themselves. Fun stuff. Go down, Cork. Thank you. I love it when they do it when they tell them to. Ooh, that one ain't bad, I don't think. I'm gonna swing it, I'm gonna swing it. That's not a bad one either. Yeah. Crappie, crappie.
The Crappie Bite continues after a word from our sponsors. Stay tuned. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Simms Fishing Products, the choice of professional guides and anglers worldwide. Cushit, world's most comfortable rod butt. And by Sportfish Michigan, your source for the top charter captains and guides.
As you can see, it's the subtle action the joker displays that draws the crappie, ultimately triggering a strike. The balls on the tip of the limber tails help impart this enticing motion. With each twitch of the rod tip, the bobber wobbles and the joker dances. It's this repetitive, graceful ballet that allures the crappie into striking. Twitch, twitch, little joker, little joker. Thank you, just like that. Ooh. Kind of a clone to the last one. That seems to be our average size. Again, they're not giant, they're not little dinky things either. It's hooked right in the bone of the roof of the mouth there. There we are. Yeah. Mr. Crappie Joker. But just like any crappie school, they'll eventually turn off when they got to rest a bit to get going again. And I imagine by letting the fish go and going back to the school, that probably doesn't help either, but I'm not meat hunting today, I'm just fun fishing. Here we go. Ooh, that feels a little better. Ooh, yeah. In fact, I'll be surprised if that's a crappie. It isn't. Every now and then, you're gonna catch one of those in the midst of the crappies. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Come on up here. Come on up here, Mr. Bass. They'll get right in the school with the crappie. We often see them, you know, one or two of them in with a big school of crappie. All right, you're healthy. Cool. Pull it down. Do little twitches. Let it rest. Couple little twitches. Let it rest. You twitch it, that kind of attracts them, and when you rest it, they come up and swallow it. This is a good one, I think. Yeah, this is a nice one. This is a nice one, real nice one. Oh yeah. Come over here, I got a net right here. Oh yes. Nothing wrong with that crappie. Yeah, look at that in the sun. Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Springtime crappie. Nothing like it. A lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this change of pace and a fisheye view of these pre-spawn crappie. On our next episode, we'll be skipping a 5-inch ocho under pontoons and docks for largemouths, and we'll be doing it old wacky style. It's an effective presentation you'll surely want to try. That's next week on Hook and Look.
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.